Alright, so 2004 WRX with alleged thrust bearing issues. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's just rod knock, because that's kind of what it sounds like. But it's a pretty sick little car. It's got some work done to it. It's got wheels. Pretty sure it's got coilovers. It's got a top mount. Some exhaust work. I don't know what exhaust, or if it's catless or catted. I'm not sure. That's a couple other things. Ball valve. I think it's Pro Tuned. We're not sure. We have to plug into it and figure out if it's Pro Tuned or not. But it does have a tune on it. I don't know what the map's set up for. I don't know any of that. It's just here for a motor swap. That's all I gotta do with it.
Just think about it right now. Everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. Have more power than you like to give yourself credit for. Maybe you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful. It's just a reminder that takes a little bit.
Alright, so car's in the garage now. Not really gonna start doing much with the motor yet. The new one's going to show up tomorrow. New used, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna show up tomorrow, so I'll start swapping stuff onto the new one, and then I'll get to ripping this one out, because that shouldn't take too long at all. But for now, while that is still in there, and since it still runs, I'm going to take some time to wire up the AFR gauge that he wants put in. Just an AEM gauge. Yeah, I'm going to focus on wiring that up. Hopefully this downpipe has the extra bung for the AFR gauge. If not, he's, I guess, getting another one, possibly. So hopefully the new one has a bung in it, if this one doesn't. But I'm thinking that it should, as far as I know. It does. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that has an extra bung, so we can just throw that AFR gauge in there for now and make sure it all works as far as reading AFRs the right way. Alright, so right now I'm tight fit. Right now I'm attempting to see where they got power from, which it looks like it's just in the clock plug. But there's a oil pressure and an oil temp gauge in here already that I'm kind of thinking if I do a little bit of finagling and cutting and crimping, I could probably just just wire the AFR gauge into here. Or, and this is another way I guess I could do it. This is how the gauges in my GC are wired up, but fuse down here. I don't really want to do that with an AFR gauge though. It just doesn't really make much sense to me. So I'm going to try to pull the power from the same place the other two gauges are already pulling power from. Alright, so for the AFR gauge, yeah, fuck it, why not? Unhook the battery. That's easy enough to remember. You did it out of the way. Figure out which one of these comes on with the key, and then that would probably work fine. Hey, okay, so, alright, these are the two that I need. Genuinely do not know what these are for. These were taped up. I untaped them. They don't look like they were being used for much, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. And if what I read was correct, don't need them. So, just worry about these two, because this is power ground. Okay, so these two will not get used. Do not need these. I just need the red and the black. Side note, this is my first time wiring it up in AEM. Well, I guess not even just AEM, any AFR gauge in general. This is a learning process, which is fine, because this is what I need to learn. I'm okay with it. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna snag some power from, because these look a little ucky. And I don't really think that's gonna be very long. Particularly long enough to make it down there. It's not very I don't know about that. Let's see. Unplug this.
But what the hell, boy?
That's whack looking. What in the fuck? Alright. So. Some very sticky electrical tape. Yeah, what? At least they soldered it, I guess. Good job. Genius. Colby. You just hit my head. Might have made that. I don't know. Let's see. Like I said in the beginning of this video, or I guess earlier, I ain't no wiring professional. So, don't come to me for advice. Because I do not know what I am doing. Breathe. Alright, things have escalated very quickly. I'm trying to find a spot to put the ground. Back there. That's gonna be the best bet. Alright, well, apparently I don't have one of these ends. So, we're just gonna have to rock with that one. It'll be fine. There we go. Okay. Well, the question is, will it fit? Just barely. Just barely. Oh boy, okay. Alright, so... goddamn. Got the ground hooked up. I forgot to click record on that, so whoops. But it's behind the radio on the bracket that goes from the bar in here to the dash. So I already tested it. It's working. Turning on. I got to run the sensor wire down through here and then out to the firewall, and then get the sensor put in the downpipe, which shouldn't be too bad, aside from the fact that there's a 5.5 inch thick intercooler in the way. But that's got to come off anyway, so I might just end up taking it off. But I don't know. I would like to leave it on so I can at least test fire the car with the sensor in there so I know it's working, because if I don't test it now, it's just going to bother me. And I'd rather know now so I know that it's done. Then I can just cross this off the list for this car. Try to zip tie these wires together because they are a fucking mess. There we go. There's one. I don't want to zip tie them down too tight, but at least tight enough to keep them together so it looks a little bit better. That's done. This is as good as it will get, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Just fold it up in here nicely so it looks decent. I'm going to just attempt to throw the sensor in now and then run it through the firewall in a minute. But I need to figure out where I'm going to run it through the firewall. Okay, this is where we are at the moment. Yeah, I've been yanking on this thing for about, I don't know, 5 minutes now probably. Ain't got shit. Well, that escalated quickly again, per usual. It's gonna break first. My face, the ratchet, or the downpipe? Good question. Jesus. As much as I really don't want to do this because I would like to test fire the car with the AFR gauge hooked up, but I guess that can come after the motor's done, because I gotta take this top mount off. So yeah, I guess I'll just, yeah, oh fuck it, I'll just take that off. It's gonna be much easier than trying to do all that. Before I take this off, is this tight? Yes, it is tight. Okay. Alright, that's good. No hose clamp. Jesus. Let's see. Alright, now that we have much more room, I'm gonna break first. Me, the bar, the ratchet, the socket, the adapter, something, the downpipe. Huh? Got movement.
Hey, disconnected.
Uh-oh. Okay. So, I don't think the movement was anything but the shitty Cornwell adapter. Sick. Okay, yes. Oh boy, this is gonna be fucking fun. Oh shit. Nice. It's not what I wanted to happen, but that happened, so that's perfect. Maybe the snap-on socket will do better. Cornwall. Garbage. Jesus, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, makes sense. It's in a downpipe. Should have expected it, to be honest. But I don't have any torches at the moment, so we are here now. Oh, oh. I'm having fun. Oh boy. Oh man.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy.
Well, that's what happens when it's rusty. Oh, that's gonna be fun to get out. Okay, well, whatever. It will be fine. It's gonna get a new downpipe anyway. I just can't hook up the AFR gauge. Big gay. Big gay. Whatever. It'll be fine.
Tomorrow.
Alright, quick discovery. I don't think that's supposed to be in there.
Dude.
Why does that what the knocking sound sounds like?
Yeah. Well, let's put it back in and see if it starts up.
Huh. Well. Alright, so after discovering what was in the intercooler, let's see if it still has a knocking noise.